Hello. Okay, so welcome to my uh, presentation on using Canva to make learning fun and interactive. So first things first, I'm going to run through a quick little keynote presentation on Canva. Okay, so here we go. So first things first, I'm going to run through on what Canva is. So Canva is a company that was founded in 2012 in Australia. It is a free online-based platform that specializes in graphic design, and it is used to create social media graphics and presentations and just all sorts of fun interactive media. And so here we are. This is Canva, and here are some examples of types of media you can create. So as you can see, they're very visually pleasing and it's fully customizable. So here are some examples of the kinds of media that you can create on Canva. So as you can see, it is ranging anywhere from documents to whiteboards, presentations, social media such as Instagram, Twitter, well, I guess not Twitter, but Instagram, TikTok, YouTube videos, Facebook Reels, all that kind of stuff. Videos, so like I said, YouTube, Instagram, TikToks, you can make them printable, and print media basically of anything that you could create on a mug or a t-shirt, more for small businesses, but if there are any things that you wanted to create in poster form, you can resize. They also give you website templates, which are very helpful and useful as well. So this is what the home page of Canva looks like. So as you can see, it's very easy to navigate. It's very colorful. So whether you're trying to create a design right here are all of the different types of media and they're all clickable. So we are going to do a quick little tour later. And here we are. So what I wanted to mainly talk about was I want to show how you can create a course or a module or documents for the class that you're teaching and make it visually exciting. You can make it interesting for your learners so that they can take in that content better. I'm a visual learner myself, and I find that when the media that I'm trying to remember and memorize and take in and learn is presented in a fun way, I remember that information so much better. And so as you can see, there's so many different forms of media that you can integrate into your documents seamlessly. You can edit them. You can use the power of AI. You can remove backgrounds off the images. You can use your own media, your own documents you've already created, lesson plans. The possibilities really are endless. Now, when you keep students visually interested with videos and presentations and games, polls, different kinds of media, by switching it up, you keep people interested in the information that you are trying to share. And why spend the effort? Why make things look visually pleasing? That's a very good question. So there was a study done by the University of San Francisco titled The Role of Aesthetics in Classroom Design. And what they found was that there was a direct connection between aesthetics and student engagement. The University of San Francisco found that finding a familiar form of media drew students in and helped them connect to the course content. So obviously this would depend on the general demographic of your students. But if you found that your students predominantly used one form of media or social media, if they learn better through YouTube, you can really utilize that to help build a stronger connection for your students. They also found that through visual representation of marginalized groups helps students increase their sense of belonging in a classroom. So using visuals that represent all groups of people, ethnicities, backgrounds, every situation possible, just to make it as an inclusive of environment as possible. So that's kind of the gist of it. So now what I really wanted to do was to take you all through a tour of how to use Canva. Okay, so here is Magic Studio. So that's what, sorry, 1 second. I don't know why that did that. Here is Canva. So one moment. Okay. One moment. Resume share. Don't know why my computer is doing that. Give me 1 moment. So I'm going to share my screen again and do that. Okay, so I'm going to go in through here. Here we go. So this is what Canva looks like, the homepage. So once you log in and create your free account, this is Magic Studio. So as you can see up top, this is that taskbar that we saw earlier. And I'm going to run through kind of the idea behind each of these. So the For You section, very self-explanatory. They keep the items that you use most often and also the designs that you use most often, which is very, very helpful when you're trying to create something similar across a whole module or a whole course. This documents page is very useful for creating lesson plans, course outlines, marking rubrics, really anything that utilizes Microsoft Word. You can also use this page to turn your basic Word document into a presentation for your class. So if you wanted to make a lesson more fun, more interactive, we can run through how to do that. A whiteboard feature is pretty self-explanatory as well. Just literally a whiteboard. So you can see here, they've mimicked that background of a whiteboard, a tacky like post, like a stick-on board. So you could do anything within your team, within your class. There's all these charts that you can use, and they just kind of keep on expanding. So I don't really use this feature a whole lot. I use mostly documents, presentation, and videos, social media, these tabs. So presentations, it's basically like making a PowerPoint or a keynote presentation, but much more integrative with the rest. So you can create games within your presentation, which is pretty fun. Here is social media. So here is the most popular 3, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. The cool thing about this area of Canva is that once you create a resource for Instagram, you can resize that within Canva to fit Facebook, to fit LinkedIn, to fit pretty much anything you need. YouTube, if you share your, if you have videos on YouTube that you like to share with your class that you've recorded, this is a great place to resize and just fix anything, little details like a thumbnail. Like you can really make your media look very professionally done and streamlined. Videos is also very useful if you present anything on TikTok or you want to make a video collage, want to make your own Pinterest video, really anything, a slideshow. Very straightforward. So I'm going to take you all through the doc section because that is pretty much what I use the most. This little search bar is super useful. So let's say you want to make a lesson plan, right? So you can just search in here, lesson plan. You can search monthly, you can search weekly, you can search, it's pretty customized. So as you can see, there are over 1,000 templates. So it does get pretty overwhelming sometimes, but I usually don't scroll very far before I find something that I like. So they have things that are super straightforward like this, which are very basic, very clean, very easy to follow. Or if you want to have a little bit more fun and create something a little more colorful, you can do that. So let's say I want to use this one right here. You can use this template. So this is something everyone should look out for, which is this little pro crown. Canva is free, but there are a few features, or I guess templates, that would be limited to a paid account. So I would skip it, go to this one. This one is free. So I can go here and here it is. So let's say we want to make a lesson plan on how to use Excel. And if you don't like the font here, That is super easy. You can just highlight it and you can change the font into something that's less uneven. So you can change that to like a font that looks like Excel, right? If you want to integrate that in as a design feature. So as you guys can see, it's very straightforward. You can move it. And once you start moving things around, you'll see these little numbers pop up, these little purple lines, and that will help you make sure that everything is centered. So all these little sections right here, you can change to whatever you need. And all of these are fillable. Lesson plan and focus, materials needed, learning objectives. So you can really use all of these however you like. And you can move these text boxes around, you can resize them, you can remove these images. If you don't like this flower, you can get rid of the flower. You don't like these 3 dots, you can move them somewhere else. Another great thing is that, let's say I don't really like using the word lesson focus and goals, but I feel kind of stuck. You can go and click on the words and you'll have this feature pop up called Magic Write. So what this will do is you can rewrite it to be either more fun, or you can rewrite that to be more formal, up to you. So if that happens, you can just resize everything and make it look all cohesive. So the next thing you can do is you can add a page. Another really cool feature about Canva is that you can add in any of your own media. So you can go here and input tables, you can input graphics, charts. To the left, as you can see, frames, photos. So if you have these little clouds, it means that you can input your own media. You can also search through here to find images, shapes, videos, grids, so many different kinds of media. You can upload your own right here. So I did a presentation on Kahoot last time, so I can take my screenshot from last time and put that in here. Super easy to resize as well. You can draw, and you can also integrate different apps. So since we are trying to create something on Excel, so let's say you were teaching, you recorded a YouTube video on how to use Excel. You want to show it as part of your course outline. You can put that in here like this. Very, very straightforward. And then you can put in an element. So let's say I want to put in a table. And I want to put in this table right here. And I'm going to call this outlines or whatever you want to call it, right? So different bullet points you can put. Create a new page, and now you can add in. So here you can go to apps on the left here, and there's a very cool app called Lumio that you can integrate in. So at the moment, it looks like Lumio has a bit of an integration problem with their app, but I can kind of run through what it is. So Lumio is really great because now you can add that in directly to your lesson presentation. And basically it has quizzes, it has games, it has polls, it has debates, it has interactive lessons, it has polls that students can participate from their phones. So it really is kind of combining Canva and Kahoot and Quizlet and all these different kind of places sort of into one. And you can just take that and put that straight into your lesson plan. Unfortunately, I can't show that today, but it is a very great tool to get some real in-person participation from your students. It is real time. And it helps you get a gauge and a sense of how your students are. And it gives you the statistics of all that. So it's really, really cool. So once you're done and you have a document that you like, you can now go to share. And if you are working on this with a coworker or a colleague, you can add them to this so they can help you edit. Otherwise, you can present it. So you can come here on the right side and you can click present. You can also present and record, like right now. So you can record this full presentation and share that as well. So let's say we want to click present. So I'm going to click present. So if I were showing this to my class, I would be able to go through, maybe not grade, but I can say, this is the topic, this is the lesson, here is our learning objective, this is what we need for the lesson, all the activities we're going to be doing, and how you're going to be assessed. Next page, you can click straight into the YouTube video. It will play, and you can full screen it as well, like so. So very easy. You can shrink that back down after you're done playing the video, like so. And you can also show, your little bullet points here after. And then this is where normally I would have the Lumio. So you could have some sort of review quiz, you could have a discussion, you could have different topics thrown out, and you can have students go into breakout groups to discuss what was just learned. You can have an interactive game, and you have so many different options, really. And that's why Canva is so much fun. Another great feature of Canva that I wanted to outline really quickly is that you can take an existing document that you already have, because if you already have a list of things that you already love, you don't have to rewrite them all. So let's say you have this Word doc. This is one of my assignments from a previous course. You can open it up and you can convert it to a presentation. So right away, you can find a template that you like, create your presentation, and it's already all done. So as you can see, this is my thing for another class. So it is very aesthetically pleasing. If you want to change the color palettes, it's very easy. And the fonts, you just click one of these on the right here on the left. So this is how my last Word doc looked like. And then here, the only thing I'm missing in here is I'm missing some check marks that didn't translate over. That's okay. I can look for a check mark and search that up and look for a check mark that doesn't have a little crown next to it. So let's say I want a black check mark. I would go down and look for one that I like. So let's say I like this one. So I'm going to resize it down to the size that I like. Put that back in, and you can just copy with Control-C and then paste. So you can drag this to wherever you need now. And you can just dragging things in place, and you can present it right away. You can save it and you can present it to your class, just like so. And you can also put in a YouTube video. So just like the previous one, you can add a slideshow and put in a YouTube video. Super, super easy. It just makes everything look so seamless, so straightforward. It's very user-friendly. And I hope that you all have a good time exploring and trying out Canva to make your coursework and learning more fun for your students. Thank you very much for your time today. Have a good night.